Having a subscribe and save offer is very, very common nowadays for e-commerce brands. However, most brands are missing out on tons of recurring revenue by making the mistakes I'm going to be covering in this video. My name is Jordan. I run a marketing agency where we work with a handful of e-commerce brands to scale their revenue and profit through paid ads, ad creative, CRO, email marketing, landing pages, and overall business strategy. In this video, I'm speaking to the e-commerce brand owners who either actually have a subscribe and save program in their business, or the e-commerce brand owners who want to implement a subscribe and save program into their business, but have not yet done so. So let's jump over to my computer. I'm going to explain the 3 most common mistakes I see with subscription programs, and I'm also going to be showing you guys some examples as well. Okay, so let's start with mistake number 1, and that is having an unattractive offer, right? Just by having a subscribe and save option does not mean you're going to get tons of new subscription customers, right? It's not that easy. It's not 2016. I see a lot of brands who just have the option on the page with 5 to 10% savings, and that's it, right? Just subscribe and save 5%, subscribe and save 10%. And I'm not saying that you need to discount further than that. I'm saying that for a customer to commit to a subscribe and save program, they must get more perks than 5 to 10% off their order, okay? So we need to get a little bit more creative. And I'm talking about bonuses, free gifts, faster shipping, store credit that accumulates every month, access to exclusive products, like-minded community, and more. And as an e-commerce brand owner or operator, I want you to start thinking about the value of acquiring a subscription customer and what that does for your LTV and CAC, because acquiring new customers is one thing, acquiring subscription customers is a completely different game. And if you can acquire subscription customers where the numbers on your LTV make sense for that customer acquisition cost, then it's going to be much more profitable for you 3, 6, 9 months down the line. Now, with that in mind, build a very attractive subscribe and save offer that seems like a no-brainer for your customers while still being profitable for you. Let's look through some examples of amazing subscribe and save offers. So this one right here, we have from Jabby Coffee, and it says save up to 56% today with 4 free gifts with today's subscribe and save offer. And then basically you choose the amount of bottles you want, but then they have all these free perks, right? These free gifts. And what it does is that it makes the customer more likely to follow through with this offer where they can subscribe and save. Now, this is a purely only subscribe and save offer, which can work in some cases, but I recommend starting with the one-time and subscribe and save options to give customers the choice. In this case, we can still learn a lot from this offer structure where they're giving away 4 free gifts. And basically, if you only choose 3 bottles, you only get 3 free gifts. If you choose 2, you get 2 free gifts and 1, and so on, okay? So there is a little bit of gamification there as well. And you're incentivized to go for more bottles to get more gifts. Notice as well how they have the monetary values, really, really important when you're giving away things for free, is to assign a value to those things, right? To increase the perceived value of the thing that they're getting for free. This next example is from Pet Lab Co. They sell pet supplements, right? Specifically for dogs. And this one right here, as you can see at the top, we have the subscribe and save option up to 40% off plus free shipping, right? We have the strike-through pricing. And then they select the size of their dog. They select how many tubs they want, okay? And based on the amount you select more, then you get more off. The thing is, with most subscribe and save offers, the products that you have are consumables. And if you do have a consumable, I would highly, highly recommend also layering in this 3 different offers, right? Where you have like 1, 2, and 3, or you could have 1, 3, and 5, 1, 3, and 6. You can vary it and you can test it. But basically it's a quantity break offer, that's what it's called, and it's the more you buy, the more you save. That's like a little side note. It's not really the focus of this video, but wanted to mention that in case you do have a product that this could work for. Works really well. So how do subscriptions work? Then they have the free gift when you subscribe, right? 6 dental sticks and the value is $19.90. You get free shipping every single month, free probiotic dental sticks, no contract, cancel these, and then you can obviously add extras. They have the one-time option down here as well. However, you can see how attractive this is, and it's not just, save 20%, save 36%, save 40%. It's get this free gift, free shipping as well, okay? So added incentives. Now this last one here is also have the buy 1, buy 2, get 1 free, buy 2, get 2 free. But let's focus on the subscribe and save option here, where you can save $60, pretty meaningful saving. Receive first access to new products. This is another way to make the subscribe and save offer more attractive. Can receive free gifts and additional discounts. Pause there, cancel anytime, right? So that there's additional perks that are being offered. So mistake number 2 is the placement and format on the PDP or the offer page. Many brands don't make their subscribe and save offer clear. Most of the time, it's not pre-selected by default, and there's no indicator as to why a customer should even select it just to learn more about the benefits of subscribing. So what I recommend is testing the following. First, adding all the bonuses and perks of the offer to the module on the page, as bullet points inside the module. We're going to go through examples of these in just a moment. Second thing is pre-selecting the subscribe and save offer instead of the one-time offer, with the bonuses and perks immediately visible. And third, when a customer selects the one-time offer instead, highlight why the subscribe and save offer is better to encourage them to add that one to cart instead, okay? So let's look at some examples of this in action. This is the Pet Lab Co one we just looked at. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like actually on the page. So if I choose package, it opens up this side module. And right here, as we can see, the subscribe and save offer is selected by default. That's first thing. Second thing is it's very clear what the benefits are to this, right? Free shipping, all this stuff. Now, if I select the one-time option, this is still visible, right? A lot of times what happens is if I select the one-time option, all these perks disappear, right? We want them to stay visible because what a customer is going to do is, even if you're pre-selected as subscribe and save, they're going to click on the one-time purchase. They're going to scope out what's the difference between the two. And then if you can keep the perks visible for your subscribe and save, it's going to be more likely that then they jump back to subscribe and save and make a decision to purchase this one, okay? Let's look at this other example where we have this subscription again. There's no pre-selection here, right? Nothing is pre-selected. The customer has to select something, but the subscription offer is what comes first. And it's choose your subscription, buy 1, buy 2, buy 4. And then obviously the one-time purchase is down here. But it's a little bit harder, a little bit less prominent to add this one-time purchase. And by the way, these brands are doing 9 figures. They're testing a lot. And if they're doing this, it's likely that it's working really well. So I would take a leaf out of their book, test some of the things. Don't just roll out something and run with it. Test it, find what works best for your brand, for your customers, and then roll with that. This brand here, so this is also one that we looked at, right? The placement on the page is also very good. However, the one-time purchase is pre-selected here, but the subscribe and save options are visible and they're on the top, okay? So that's just the important point I wanted to talk about here, is that the customer doesn't need to select the subscribe and save option to see these bullet points. They're already visible. And the fact that the one-time purchase doesn't have any bullet points, it just makes this perceived value even higher. Finally, for this one, for Nutrafol, again, it's similar to the Super Beats one that we looked at, where they are offering only subscriptions first. You can buy once for $88. However, they're really pushing the 3 to 6 months of consistent use. If you do have a product where it makes sense, where you can do something like this, where it takes 3 to 6 months to see results or something like that, you can definitely use this to your advantage. And that's why it kind of backs up your reason for having a subscription. Your subscription includes wellness coaching with a naturopathic doctor, cool, good value add, hair mineral analysis testing, interesting, and a Headspace subscription, right? So you don't always have to have things that are directly related to your brand and your product. You can get creative, right? Headspace subscription, whatever it may be, right? But keep it related somehow. Headspace, obviously, because I guess their hair care and how, if you're thinning hair, losing hair, it can lead to lower confidence, lower self-esteem, maybe not in a good mindfulness state. So Headspace subscription can maybe help get you back into that place, okay? More details here, obviously more details on each, which is important to have. You want to have some sort of learn more to have more details about the subscription as well. Finally, I'll mention having a very clear way to pause or cancel anytime, right? That's really important. No contracts, right? How do subscriptions work? Subscriber benefits here, as we see, flexible subscription management, no contract, pause or cancel, really important for subscription programs to increase the trust and remove the risk, right? Cancel or adjust anytime. But yeah, I think you guys get the point of that. Okay, mistake number 3 is a poor post-purchase upsell strategy. The truth is, you're never going to acquire 100% of your subscribe and save customers on the first purchase, unless, of course, the only option you have for them to buy is a subscribe. But for most brands with a one-time subscription offer, the percentage of customers that subscribe on the first purchase varies a lot. I've seen anywhere from 20% of customers all the way up to 60% of customers opt for the subscribe and save option on their first purchase. Whatever your number is, you will always have customers who purchase the one-time option on their first order, and now that customer is primed to be turned into a subscriber. E-com brands must have a strategy in place post-purchase to convert one-time customers into subscription customers. This is a vital part of growing your recurring revenue from subscription customers. Some ways we've done this for our clients. So I just want to show you guys what are the ways that we implement a post-purchase strategy to convert those one-time buyers into subscribe and save customers. The first thing we do is an immediate post-purchase upsell before the thank you page. While they're still on the website, they've checked out, and before they get to the thank you page, we give them a one-time offer. We're offering them a one-time offer to upgrade to a subscription, save, and get the bonuses perks. Sometimes we'll even make the bonuses or perks more attractive than the front end offer, right? Because this is a one-time thing. We kind of have their attention, right? They've just spent money with us. The likelihood of getting them to spend a little bit more money or upgrade is very, very high at this point. So us to be able to like push a little bit more of the offer, maybe give them a little bit more bonuses, a little bit more perks than we usually would on the front end, is likely going to increase the conversion rate, right? However, you do want to test this. The second thing is post-purchase email flow, designed to convert one-time customers into subscribers. So what we do is we prefer to send emails after the customer has received and tried / used the product. We want to meet them at their point of most satisfaction, which is right after receiving the product and trying it, to convert them into subscribers, okay? So this is really just getting the timing right. It's just understanding and knowing roughly when the customers are likely to receive the product and then start using it so that you can time this in the right way. Third is phone sales reps. Phone sales reps who call customers to understand their experience with the product so far and get to know what the customer's goals with the product are. From there, the rep can recommend them a plan to help them achieve their goals, aka the subscribe and save offer. So this is a huge one and maybe something that is not super achievable right now, especially if your brand is on the smaller side. However, get creative with this. Think about using AI, right? AI agents that can maybe call customers. Think about having one phone sales rep and just getting an understanding of the conversion rate and the return on investment of that sales rep, because then it's just math as to how you can build out the rest of the sales rep team to handle more volume. The fourth is direct mail, and this is direct mail with special one-time offers to subscribe and save. Direct mail is cool because it's not something that, physical mail is not something that people receive a lot nowadays. So when they do receive it and it's from a brand that they've already purchased from, they're more likely to look at it, to consider it. And if the offer is strong and it's kind of like has this kind of personal note to it as well, then it's likely that it's going to work pretty well, okay? And the cool thing with direct mail, if you're using something like Postpilot, you can integrate it with Klaviyo and do it in a similar way as you'll have the flow that we spoke about here, right? So timing it in the right way possible, where customers are receiving that direct mail after they've already received and tried your product. So those are the three main mistakes that I see brands make with subscribe and save offers. We've had multiple clients who have subscribe and save offers, and we've helped them scale tremendously with recurring revenue compounding month on month on month. Okay, so a subscribe and save offer is so powerful for your business to increase revenue, to defend yourself against rising CPAs and not always needing to acquire new customers all the time, but to have extended LTV and also be able to spend more to acquire customers than your competitors. That's what's going to allow you to win out in the long term. Besides, having recurring revenue, recurring subscribers is a huge asset to your business in terms of increasing your enterprise value in case you ever wanted to sell your business in the future, okay? So my recommendation is, if you can do it, subscribe and save offer is a must. Right, it's so important for e-commerce brands if your products, if your range makes sense for you to implement something like this. And if you may be looking for someone to help you implement this, but to also help you acquire new customers, to scale your business, scale your profit, and build this whole thing out for you on the back end as well, then yeah, there's likely a link down below, somewhere where we can book a call and have a chat, right? We'd love to learn more about your business and help. But either way, appreciate you watching this video, and wish you all the best with your subscribe and save offer.